On a quiet suburban evening, Marcus returned home from work, expecting to find his daughter Emily studying for her school exams. Instead, he was met with the terrifying sight of flashing police, lights and neighbors standing in shock outside his house. Bursting through the door, his heart froze when he saw Emily lying on the living room floor, bleeding from a gunshot wound. Shaking, Marcus rushed to her side, whispering words of comfort as paramedics tried to stop the bleeding. Soon, the truth emerged. A neighbor named Karen, a longtime HOA member notorious for her outbursts, had fired her gun recklessly after a petty argument about parking spaces. The bullet had pierced Marcus's window and struck Emily. The neighborhood, once filled with trivial HOA disputes about lawns and fences, now stood stunned at the devastating consequences of unchecked anger and irresponsibility. As Emily was rushed into surgery, Marcus wrestled with anger and despair. He wanted revenge, yet deep inside he knew vengeance would not heal his daughter. Instead, he chose a different path. In court, Marcus stood firm, demanding justice, not just for Emily but for every family who deserved safety in their homes. Karen tried to justify her actions, claiming she didn't mean to hurt anyone, but her negligence was undeniable. The judge ruled that Karen would face prison time, and the HOA, once blind to her behavior, was forced to adopt stricter rules to protect the community. Though Emily's recovery was long and painful, she survived. Her scar became a reminder of the fragility of life and the cost of recklessness. From that tragedy, Marcus turned his pain into purpose. He began speaking at community meetings and schools about conflict resolution, the dangers of gun misuse, and the importance of accountability. He told Emily's story, not with bitterness but with a message of hope, that anger must never be allowed to control actions, and that a community's silence in the face of bad behavior is as dangerous as the behavior itself. Emily, inspired by her father's strength, later chose to study law, determined to stand up for victims like herself. The moral of the story is clear. Unchecked anger and irresponsibility can shatter lives, but strength, forgiveness, and accountability can rebuild them. Violence never solves problems, it only multiplies them. True courage lies not in retaliation, but in rising above pain to create change that protects others. Through tragedy, Marcus and Emily reminded their community that every life is precious, and that peace, patience, and responsibility are the pillars of a safe society.